The Axis Syllabus, a kind of a discipline, I would say today, which was put on the way by Frey Faust, now about 20-25 years ago. And it's a discipline, a method to analyze movement, to examine body in movement, and to try to get the most logical way how to harness kinetic energy and to use kinetic energy in order to do things which would be difficult or which would be sometimes not possible to do. Find a way to do them with ease in the orientation of anatomic parameters. The Axis Syllabus, we could think it's a system mainly to analyze and describe movement. So it gives you tools which feed off a lot of different disciplines. It takes information from biomechanics, it takes information from the medical sector, it takes information from other disciplines today which exist who also are in research for functional movement of the body. So there can be elements from Feldenkrais or Alexander. Then there is the other aspect that it is a method to teach human people. So in the aim of teaching, first of all, coordination skills. It's to teach also emotional stability. It's to teach self-defense in the sense of using the free fall and finding anatomically correct defense systems in order to use the fall and convert the fall, which is an optional crash, into an opportunity. Into an opportunity to turn, to run, to jump. The ground basic ideas for the Axis Syllabus come from the two main activities we did or we do, which is crawling, so using all four supports, hands and legs, but also walking. So all the ideas which are inscribed in the human locomotive principle of a walk are abstracted, they are used and then redesigned for dance. So that means they can be designed for finding forms to turn, shapes to hold, locomotive energy to jump, etc. The Axis Syllabus can be also defined as a discipline which is like a big box, a toolbox of knowledge. So collecting information from all these different areas of research and then using this information to help people understand what is happening in the movement. The important thing, I think, inside that is that you learn to use, for example, you learn to use how to use a screwdriver and put in a screw inside something. How you will do that later, like what you want to build with that, you could build a house, you could build a board, you could build a table. That will be then all decisions which come afterwards as the aesthetic choice. If you want to compose movement, what kind of movement do you want to compose? I think I wouldn't say that it's a contradiction. I would say that it is an addition of information, but it might be seen as a contradiction towards maybe traditional approaches to dance or to movement, which exist maybe since 50 or 100 years. Because if these other movement styles are not updated to what we know today about the human body, which is very different to what we knew 50 years ago about the human body, especially the science today, which has developed and is developing in such a high speed. All the time we are getting new information about how a body is designed to function. How are the bones designed to move, which attachments or regions and attachments the muscles have and which direction they may work. Then the idea, the big new idea of fascia today, to understand the function of fascia, this extracellular web which is enveloping the whole body, and that the fascia is actually a global communicator for the body. So everything is in a way local, but it's also global. So things which happen in the knee also have a lot to do with things happening in the spine, or things happening in the shoulder girdle have an influence on how your feet are standing on the floor. And the idea is not to contradict and to push out everything else. I don't think that any discipline today can offer the truth. It can offer or contribute towards a part of a truth, but the truth which stays dynamic. So also in our community of the Access Syllabus, we have thought that certain things were valuable 3 years ago. Today we don't use these anymore because we found out that through new research these information are not up to date anymore. So I would say maybe the contradiction towards some disciplines or some other styles are that we are continuing to update on a regular basis and keep the most recent information and integrate them again to find other ways to understand movement. Very fast to consolidate it, he's active in the whole world, but we have now about, actually, I think it's about 9 teachers who are active in the whole world. There is some in America, around Santa Cruz and San Francisco. There is some people in Canada, and some people in, somebody in Germany, somebody in Austria, somebody, me, I'm in Belgium. And Frey Faust, who is based in Berlin, in Germany, but who is also active in Europe. And also these teachers, they travel. They go to visit different places or where they get invited and continue to offer the information. So now we have a bigger network of resources who move around in the world to teach movement. In Greece right now there is nobody, but we are here now, and as we're getting invited, for sure we will come. Here in Greece, the next big event would be in the summer. In August we scheduled this nomadic college, which is our annual 1-month event. It's a series of workshops during 4 weeks, all based around the Access Syllabus. So there will be a big resource of teachers come, who also teach inside the nomadic college. Frey Faust, of course, also as the main guider of the movement, plus contemporary classes. So classes which use a different style, maybe African or percussion, tightrope or straight rope, but applying the same idea, the same principles of movement which the Access Syllabus are offering. Yes, at this event this month we decided to come to Patras. Last year we were in Finland, right before we were in Czech Republic. That's why it's nomadic college. Each year it's traveling into a different country or a different city and finding a host for the nomadic college and then offering classes for students who come from the country itself, but also from all over the world. The idea in the college, the nomadic college, is offering a concentrated time and a concentrated amount of information and teachers for people who want to participate. The idea to get certified to teach is a much longer process. So it demands, first of all, profound and deep study of movement to understand theory, to already being able to apply. And then there is a whole other sector about the pedagogy and the ethics of teaching. And these things, they are not all offered in the nomadic college. The nomadic college is really a study time, an intensive study time for all kinds of students who are interested in this work. My base is since 3 years. I'm regularly teaching in Belgium, in Brussels. So there I've built up a regular schedule where I teach 3 or 4 times a week on a regular basis, where people come to take class. And then outside that I'm offering a morning series in Brussels in 2 to 3 other studios. And then yes, the other tour that I do is workshops on weekends or during the week inside Europe, where I get invited. I have students who come who are dancers or professionals, but also I have students who are occupied with other things. Some people are doing work in the office, but they want to move, they want to keep their body alive and fit with physical and kinesthetically logical information, so they can also come to the class. And yes, the idea through traveling is, of course, to reach as many people as possible and to spread out the network, not to stay local, but to connect with a lot of places. And the interest in evaluating dance, the interest in understanding the body, what is happening actually, I think is getting more, is increasing. Also, if you look at the rate, how long professional dancers are able to dance, especially in certain classic styles, or also certain modern styles, the rate of injury is very high. So the people also, I think, start to ask themselves, how can I prolong my work, my time as a dancer, my profession as a dancer? I think Alexander Feldenkrais and yoga, they are all disciplines dancers go already on a very regular basis. And in order to get something additional besides the dance education. And I think some of these information are very useful. But most of the times I see a gap from additional disciplines because they don't necessarily deal with moving in space. Often yogic positions work static, so the idea is how to find static positions and to hold them, which is a very different idea than if you want to move because the gravitational field is changing. You're tipping over, you're using the fall, and you have to deal with forces as you move through space. I wouldn't say that the Axis Syllabus is really the complete thing. It's still a very open field, and we would like to keep it open, so it's evaluating. It's not getting stuck somewhere. It's not becoming a rigid style. It's like really offering a dynamic base from where the student can jump off in whichever direction they want. The Axis Syllabus also has an artistic side, so the community of participants are also artists, and they work on creation. And in the creation you can have the freedom to use this discipline, but you can also use it to do something else. That's again always depending on the choice of the person who's practicing it. I think really the most important thing is that we would like to offer a way to move which is representing a neutral base.